Good morning, beautiful people. I'm out here at the park today for my video. My name is Cherisse and welcome to my channel. So today I wanted to talk about something. As I'm in a field of grass, this popped into my mind, and it's something I've been thinking about a lot, and a phrase that a lot of people use is that the grass isn't always greener. And in this video I want to talk to you guys about how sometimes the grass is greener on the other side, and I think that a lot of people live by this concept. I think sometimes it can create a little bit of a stuck type of energy, and I don't think that there's anything wrong in staying in the place that you're in, especially if you feel called to stay in that place, or if you have responsibilities there, such as family, that is very important to you. I'm not just speaking on that, but I think that a lot of people listen to this and take that phrase that somebody somewhere said at some point, that the grass isn't always greener on the other side, to keep people from making specific changes in their life. A lot of people use this as a term for like cheaters and such, like the grass wasn't greener on the other side, was it? And I'm not condoning cheating in any way or form. I believe very strongly in loyalty to your partner, unless you are polyamorous or open, whatever type of relationship you have. No judgment towards that. But what I'm talking about right now is about how a lot of people will use that term to just stay in places that they hate. And I feel like I've even used this term in such a way, but as some of you know, I'm making a move very soon. I'm currently living in Utah. I've been here for about 5 months, and I am going to be leaving in a couple months to go back to California. I honestly have gotten a little bit of flack from some people in my life about my lifestyle as a more nomadic type of person. I have been nomadic since 2020, the beginning of 2020, and I would still consider myself like kind of semi-nomadic, because I tend to stay in places for a long period of time, as well as I am looking for a home. I do want a stable home type of environment, but I also want the ability to travel within that. So I get a little bit of flack from people about my lifestyle, and I do recognize, and I have recognized that there are times when the type of moving that I've done has been a little bit of a running away, but at the same time, like, I do think that each of the times that I've moved has actually been very healthy for me, to get out of the place that I'm in and allow myself a more gentle environment to process the traumas perhaps that I went through recently, or just the heartbreak, or whatever it might be that I went through. And I don't think that there's anything wrong with that style of living for myself, and I do want to incorporate more of learning to process where I'm at, and I have been working on that. But I just want to kind of give an opposing view of that term, that the grass isn't always greener on the other side, because we could think of that literally. And like, say you live in the fucking desert and you go to somewhere like California, say, and the grass is absolutely going to be greener in California, and this is on like a literal level. Not everywhere in California is the grass going to be greener, but sometimes in a literal way, like, it is actually going to be greener somewhere. And just the same as this can be applied literally, it can be applied emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. Sometimes what people need is a shift and a move and a change in their life, and sometimes that change isn't like a big move like I'm a little bit more used to, or like other people I know are used to. Sometimes that change is something else, like a change of the friendships that you are surrounding yourself in your life, a change of the environment that you're in. And that, like I said, it doesn't have to be a massive move, but what places you are going to all the time and surrounding yourself in. Like, I used to go to the bar every single day, and at that point in my life, you know, like, that was just my scene, and I've definitely grown out of it. And if you are a consistent bar goer, just know I have nothing against that. But if you are looking for certain things in life and you're not finding them, it is really good to pay attention to your environment. For other people, it might be a change of job. For me, I am also changing my job. I think that, like I said, I think there are a lot of people who kind of live by this term in such a way that it allows them, and I include myself in this because I've also done this, it allows us to remain stuck in environments that are not actually suited to us and that are not bringing us joy and fulfillment in life. And life should bring you fulfillment and joy. And no, it is not always going to, because there is a great span and spectrum of human emotions and the ups and downs and the roller coasters of life. So life is not always going to feel perfect no matter where you are. And if you are the type of person who it is perhaps your purpose in life to find peace and just joy and love and perpetual bliss in whatever environment you're in. Like, I have a friend where that is a little bit more of his purpose, because he has a daughter where he's at. If you're watching this now, love you. And so, like, you know, I believe that everybody has a purpose, and I also believe that everybody kind of creates their own purposes. So perhaps that is what you feel called to do with your life at this point, and I'm not speaking badly on that whatsoever. I have so much respect for that, and that is honestly something that I am working on a lot in my own life, but I think I'm learning to work on it in a very different type of way than most people do. I think I am working on it a little bit more gently with myself and allowing myself a lot more space and room for movement within this learning to create peace and joy in my environment. I personally find that if I am just feeling like I am absolutely treading water and it feels like I'm dying inside, there's something wrong with that. And I think that that's a state that a lot of people live in a state that becomes very normal for a lot of us all the fucking time. So like I said, I'm not making this video to speak badly on anybody's choices to remain in environments, whether they like them or not. But I think that I want to encourage anybody else who perhaps has felt like I have kind of pressured by the people in your life not to make a change because of that kind of concept of the grass isn't always greener. Because what if the grass is greener? What if the grass on the other side actually has big trees and mushrooms and flowers and just an abundance of even more beautiful things? What if all you have on this side is just green grass? Or what if you don't even have green grass on this side and you really want some green grass? Like, oh, okay, this is a weird one. But yeah, just some little meditative thoughts that I've been having to encourage peace in myself for the choices that I'm making, or for the moves that I make, and the way that I move through life. Because to be honest, I get a lot of people who kind of look down on me and judge me for my lifestyle choice and for the way that I move through life. And I realize that I don't move through life perfectly, and I have tended a lot in the past to want to run away from difficult things, but I have embraced so much of a more powerful outlook on confronting things. And I think a lot of times people will just look at my lifestyle choice and don't see that. And so I guess this video is a little bit to people, anybody who relates to this aspect, because it's okay to move. It's okay to make massive changes. It's okay to just completely break out of the mold and do something different. And this can even go with dating. Like, and I'm not just encouraging you to like break up with your partner or anything, but if you are in a relationship that's extremely unhealthy and you're not happy in that anymore, some people will push and push and push and just continue to be in relationships where they hate each other. My parents were in a relationship where they hated each other for like, they barely talked to each other for the past 10 years that they were married, lived in the same house, didn't live in the same room. And it was just like, sometimes you got to reach a point where you learn to let go of that. And I think that I learned that really strongly through watching my parents, and perhaps I have gone a little bit more of an extreme route than some people would appreciate or respect. But I would more happily be the type of person that I am, that chooses to leave toxic environments, rather than being the type of person who will just kill myself to prove that I can stay in one, or to be there to support somebody else even if it's killing me. So I don't know, this is a little bit of like a standing up for myself video, I think, because of how some of the lashback I've gotten recently amongst certain family members and even friends at times that don't support the way that I move through life and kind of judge me for it, to be honest. And I'm learning to let that go and try not to let it get me down, because at the end of the day, I do know myself best. And I can't always just lean on other people's views and opinions of what is best for me in life. Yes, it's good to have people in your life that can kind of ground you out and give positive feedback and possibly even direction, but at the end of the day, this is your life and this is your choice. And if you want to make a massive change in your life, the only person who's truly stopping you is yourself. So yeah, this is gonna be it for today, guys. I hope that you have an amazing, beautiful day, and please do like and subscribe. Thank you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.